I had no other option but to take the McDonald's cup and fill it to the brim with hot diarrhea.
How much of the diarrhea, what percentage got into the cup? Hello?
Hello?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What's your life like?
Right now it's pretty good.
Yeah, what's good about it?
How's your life? I have a new job that I really like.
It says here that you want to talk about shitting in a cup.
Yes. So, I was working for a company. I won't say their name, but they're a very big company.
It says here you worked at Amazon.
And I was... All right, yeah, that was the company. I was a delivery driver there in Brooklyn, New York. And I had just finished eating McDonald's. I was about maybe 3 or 4 minutes into my drive out of McDonald's when the bubbly shit sensation came on. And I was in an area where there was nowhere to go. I was too far from the McDonald's. I was in an apartment complex. And I had no other option but to take the McDonald's cup and fill it to the brim with hot diarrhea.
Why didn't you park and go inside the McDonald's?
I was too far from the McDonald's. I had left. I was maybe 4 or 5 minutes away. I attempted to make a delivery. And then as I was walking to the apartment building, I felt it and I panicked. I ran back to the truck and it was either shit in the cup or shit in my pants.
Let me ask you a question, and I want you to answer this honestly to your feelings.
Sure.
You know, there's the whole thing with Amazon about like people are working in the warehouses and like they have to pee in bottles.
Yeah.
It's so bad. And I want to know, is
Sure.
you shitting in a McDonald's cup in your truck, is that a statement on capitalism, or is that just you shitting in McDonald's cup in your truck?
Well, all right. So I don't blame McDonald's. I would say I wouldn't blame McDonald's more than I blame Amazon. I mean, like, what option could they give me as a driver? Now, I never worked in the warehouse, so I can't vouch for the warehouse people. But in a truck, there's no clear-cut option. Like, I could try to be preemptive and poop before I get in the truck, you know, but sometimes it's just do or die, you know?
So it's a statement on capitalism, but not on behalf of Amazon. It's on behalf of McDonald's. They're to blame for giving you the diarrhea in the first
No.
place.
Well, I don't want to blame McDonald's either because I knew what I was getting into. I mean, I didn't know it was going to come on that quick, but
the diarrhea is
you don't make
responsibility.
Yes. You don't make the decision to go to McDonald's and be like, this is a healthy life choice. You know, it was just, I was hungry. I knew I was going to pay for it at some point. I just didn't know it was going to be that quick.
Okay, final question. How much of the diarrhea,
Sure.
This is another thing I need you to be honest with me about. How much of the diarrhea, what percentage got into the cup?
All of it. It was cup to asshole. Like there was no room for error there. My whole worry was that I was going to overfill the cup, and luckily I didn't, but there was no cleanup. You know, I'm very good, you know, with physics, I think.
You took a clean 100%er diarrhea shit, liquid, into a like however many inch diameter.
It was like a large McDonald's cup. It was I had a big Dr. Pepper. Yeah.
And you fit that whole thing in your asshole?
No, it wasn't in my asshole. I didn't like put it in my asshole. I put the cup around my asshole. Like my asshole was like at the center of the cup, and it was like, I would say, airtight to my butt cheeks. There was not really any area for splashage except onto my own butt.
But your butt cheeks had to open up for the diarrhea.
Yeah, I don't have a meaty ass. I have a very flat ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like Hank Hill almost. It's okay. It hurts my back.
How did you wipe afterwards?
I have tissues in my bag for like my nose and stuff, and I use plenty of those for my butt.
Did you put those in the cup when you were done with them?
Yeah, all poop stuff went into the cup, and then it went into the garbage. I had to drive down the block with it.
What percentage of the
what was the question?
What percentage of the cup was filled with diarrhea?
I would say like 90% of the cup was full. I was very scared that I was
90% of the cup?
It was a lot of shit.
You had a 10% margin of error.
Yeah, I was sweating.
Damn, you pulled this off.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's gross, but like I'm very proud of my execution.
Did you take a picture of the cup afterwards?
I did. Did I? Wait, did I send you a picture of the cup? I'm talking like.
You didn't send it. No, you didn't send it to you, but did you
I don't think so. I don't think I took a picture. I know I called my wife immediately. It's my wife.
In the background, your wife? You called your wife? What did you call your wife for?
To tell her that I took diarrhea in a cup successfully.
Can I talk to your wife, like, real quick?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Here, he wants to talk to you.
Hello.
Hey, what's your name?
My name's Lisa.
Lisa, what was your reaction when your husband called you to brag about diarrheaing in a McDonald's cup?
Can I just preface this with something? I just want you to know that we were actually just at your show in Denver, and my husband was too afraid to get on the stage and talk to you, so I made him call you and tell you the story.
This would have been great on the stage. No, because here's the thing: if he had gone on the stage for this, we would have paused the show. I would have gotten a cup, and I would have made him prove that he can do this on stage. So it's good that he didn't, because he would have had to back that up.
He probably could have shit on command also. So.
All right, he's got to come back next year.
He probably would have been able to do it.
How did you respond when he called you to brag about this?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it was a brag. If I'm being honest, I think he was pretty embarrassed. But was I surprised?
That wasn't what he said to me. That wasn't what he said to me. He didn't say he called you because he was embarrassed. He said he was proud. Did you hear him say that?
All right, maybe. Did you say you were proud? I don't know if he was proud of the He's proud now. It took him. That was probably like a year ago. He said he wasn't proud in the moment, but he's definitely proud now.
He should.
So I think when he called me, it was just like, it's definitely an accomplishment, I would say. But I think he was not proud. I don't even remember the phone call, but
you're a good wife.
I am a good wife, thank you. You're a good gecko.
Let me talk to your husband again real quick before we go.
Okay, ta-ta.
Check.
Billy, is there anything you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Yeah, just, keep the cup tight. Don't leave room for error.
You have a good life, Billy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you very much.
Have a good night, man.
You too, dude.
There's no way he didn't get at least a little bit of diarrhea on the truck. 100%? He better come back to Denver next year because I'm pulling him up on stage to prove it. What's up? How's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty well. I can't complain. Just putting one foot in front of the other.
That's great. What's going on with you?
Oh, I'm just hanging out after I just had a union meeting not too long ago, so I'm just chilling, sitting at home, waiting to do this again tomorrow.
So Reese, what is it that you called in to talk about?
So I called. I was talking about. I told the call screener that I wanted to talk about being a caregiver, and
Yeah.
I work pretty extensively with my union too. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit. It's given me a different perspective on kind of just on the aging process as a whole, I guess.
Tell me, who are you giving care to exactly?
I'm giving care to like folks who like elderly folk who have like dementia, Parkinson's, like kind of like that those like later stages of life,
So it says here, and this was the part of this that caught my eye, that you deal with a lot of people who are dying.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I personally haven't had anyone pass away, but a lot of my coworkers have clients who unfortunately do pass away.
Okay.
And
so what kind of perspective has it given you on aging, as you said?
Well, I'm only 25, so I'm still just a wee lad in the grander scheme of things, But I know that I'm only as young as I am, right now as we're talking, So, and some of the folks that I have, that I had as clients, they're anywhere between like 60 and like 80s, So it's like by the time by the time I give them care, they're already kind of in their and they're kind of on their last leg, so to speak. Like my one client that I have, he's a very sweet guy, but he's got a lot going on, and I have to physically take him to the restroom sometimes and pull his pants on and his pull-ups down so he can use the bathroom properly, and it's there's I never in my short time on this planet, I had never thought that there was going to be a time where someone is going to be in the bathroom with me, probably helping me do what once was an essential. I mean, it's still essential, but it's no longer as easy as it used to be, and it's going to happen to all of us, regardless. I mean, not the specific Alzheimer's and all that stuff, but
you have an interesting experience where the idea of yourself as an old person who is limited in mobility and needs help taking a shit is so far. It's so far away from you as a 25-year-old, and yet as for what you do, you have the unique experience of it's not far away from you. It's right in front of you. You're seeing it.
Oh.
So you're reminded that that's your fucking fate.
Yeah. And and I look at my clients all the time. I can't help but see myself in their position one day, because it's right now I'm still healthy and able, certain aspects aside, but it's just kind of right now, when I was younger, I kind of felt like I was more made of rubber and I can do more things. And, if I hurt myself, for example, that I can just get up and go right away. But as your body ages and, it's a very hard thing. I don't want to get too graphic or nothing, but I had a client who had a catheter put in, a Foley catheter, and that's the one that goes up your urethra, and he doesn't understand he barely even remembers what he had for breakfast that day, let alone what the Foley catheter is going to do. So and he's hard of hearing too, so we have to explain a couple. It's kind of like talking to a 10-year-old, you don't have to talk to them like they're children. You don't have to condescend to them, but you kind of have to more or less get on their level, and
right.
And he didn't understand what was going on. So as the nurse is there doing her thing, I'm holding his hand, and he's when he winces, I'm squeezing his hand, and it's a very intimate thing for us to be doing.
Right. I mean, this guy's getting a tube stuck in his penis, and he doesn't even really know.
No, he thinks that there's a problem with the plumbing.
That's brutal.
And the worst part of it really is he doesn't know that it's not supposed to come out, so he wants to keep tugging on it, and it's not, and it's not the best. I mean, I don't know. I haven't had a catheter put in lately, but I don't imagine it being and today too. He was very he kind of was just uncomfortable, and he was hurting something fierce today. And then, and the agent experience isn't like that for everybody, but it's truly it's truly something mind opening to, see kind of, because the reason why I became a caregiver to begin with is because I wanted to become a mortician, and I wanted to kind of work with folks on this side of it before I go on the other side of it, and so I wanted to kind of see what they were going through, and historically speaking, the job that I work, it's been kind of seen as babysitting, and it doesn't have really a whole lot of the respect that it deserves. A lot of folks think we're just babysitters, and that's far not the case. My union sent me down to Georgia not too long ago, and the minimum wage for a healthcare worker like me was only $5.15 an hour.
$5.15.
Correct.
There's a $5 minimum wage in Atlanta. I mean, in Georgia.
Yeah, because they're one of the few states in the country right now. I think there's a couple others who escape me right now, but Georgia is definitely one of the states that pay below the federal minimum wage. So I was hearing stories of folks who were working 2 or 3 or 4 jobs sometimes and still not being able to pay their bills, and being financially unable to provide care for their loved ones, and it's crazy. It's really soul crushing. Which is why I'm really this is why I joining the union was the best decision that I've ever made.
So tell me, when you're in the room with the guy getting the tube at his penis, and he doesn't even know what's going on, what are you feeling in that moment? Or do you feel removed from the situation because you're there very much doing a professional job, and so you're almost emotionally taken out of it, maybe in that sense, or are you fully there? I mean, tell me how you're experiencing it.
Well, I mean, I do got to say that I had to make a phone call to my folks after the day was over and tell them that I'm thankful for certain decisions they made when I was a child, because the catheter, my client wasn't circumcised, so we had trouble finding his urethra, and what I was feeling was I don't want to I have an emotional stake in this, because I want, if I'm ever in a position where someone has to take care of me, I want someone who's present, who's who cares about what's happening to me, so I wanted to put a brave face on for him, but at the end of the day, it just I have to like avoid staring at the old man wiener.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But and
I feel like that's not a difficult thing to avoid staring at.
No, I mean like it's not that hard. It's like you kind of look off into the middle distance and you think about your life for a little while, and you think you're going to be doing this for 40 years, and and then by the time that's all over with, you kind of like have to like, okay, back to, there's a lot of times where I have to have a lot of like, I don't want to necessarily say cognitive dissonance, but there are times where like I kind of have to like when because I also do like kind of like light housework too. So like sometimes if I'm just sweeping or mopping or something, I kind of zone out, But
okay, yes, that's kind of what I was referring to. Is like you're doing your best to be present because it's important to you. I mean, I don't think you would be doing this shit if it wasn't something you really cared about. It doesn't seem like something you just got into to make a check. So yes, you want to be present, but I think that obviously with something like that, if you were, it wouldn't be atrocious to me for you to have to employ some dissonance every once in a while just to keep yourself sane. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep yourself from burning out. So tell me this, how much longer do you see yourself doing this for? Are you hoping to have a, lifelong career as a caregiver? Like, what do you see in your horizons?
Well, I'm still, I see myself doing this for at least the next, like, couple of years, like 2-3 years. My ultimate goal is I want, like I was saying earlier, I work pretty regular with my union, so I'm hoping to transition from the field, as they call it, to more of like a staff position with my union. Because right now I'm kind of working like I do kind of both. Like right now I do the caregiving, and then on certain days I do like training orientations for other caregivers who are first kind of the orientation training for them. And I'm hoping to do like I have an internship coming up with them at the start of next year, and I'll have to take like a leave of absence and like hopefully like that kind of takes me a little further, but because it's like my clients vary, like the hours vary between them, so if I only have one client in a week, they only have so many hours, and I only work those so many hours. So with if I have a staff position, I'll have like a 40-hour, basically a guaranteed 40-hour work week. Plus, and like I get to complain about capitalism and get paid for it, so I can't really sneeze that.
Do you feel like you, on a daily basis, have a better, like you're more in touch with what life is going to be like when you're old? And then does that influence your actions? Like when you are around so much aging and death, in your daily life, does it compel you to be like, listen, one day I'm going to be a guy in a bed getting a tube up his penis that doesn't have any fucking idea what's going on. So fuck it. I'm going to go do this thing I want to do or that thing I want to do. Like, does that closeness with your fate, all of our fates, compel you in any direction in your day-to-day life?
I mean, I'm more conscious of like my diet and like kind of like on the daily day-to-day, like I'm a little more careful with like my health, I guess, in that respect. But
sure,
like at the end of the day, I still have a life to live, and like I've always kind of maintained that, like life is too long and too short to really, not that you shouldn't worry about consequences, of course, but I mean, like you only have today, so it's like I There's I forget who actually said this quote, but I've always kind of lived by the philosophy of I'd rather be 77 and dead and have like a lot of good life experiences, and I over being like 112 and bored and talking about the weather. So it's like I want to have those life experiences. Like I'm already like as a caregiver, I'm kind of already planning. Because like with folks who have like Alzheimer's and dementia, they remember core memories more so than like kind of like the.
Also, I feel by 112, you're probably getting like double penetrated by needles in the penis at that point. I'm sure you have like at least 4 different like needles in every hole in your body by 112.
I mean, like. It's like if you're eating McDonald's every day and like kind of just putting garbage into your body, that is more than likely. Like if the biomechanics of your particular physiology put you in that position. I mean, like if you're working out and you're doing like I don't want to sound like a health nut or nothing, but
no. Well, Reese, Reese, I was gonna go to McDonald's after this, but after hearing about all of this.
No, dude, totally
stuff,
go to McDonald's, dude.
Oh no, you've definitely convinced me not to after the course of this call. Reese, man, listen, you're doing a great thing. I'm sorry to hear that fucking minimum wage for this is like $5. That's crazy to me.
Well, I mean, I'm in
good
Illinois,
on you
so
for you work out of Illinois?
Yeah, the minimum wage in Illinois for someone in my position is $15 an hour, which
Still
is why
too low.
Like yes, I agree. Like our jobs kind of we're like one step below a CNA. So we do pretty much all we don't do any of like the medical stuff, but we do pretty much all the heavy lifting. And like our job, we at very minimum deserve $30 an hour, and like and then going up from there.
Reese, is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
I just hope anyone that is in the vicinity of our voices, I hope they consider joining a union, because in any states that are right-to-work states, you're guaranteed to make less money because of corporate greed. And by joining a union, you put a stop to the organized banditry of the working class, with the force of organized labor. And I couldn't do what I'm doing without a union. So that's my soapbox.
Well, thank you very much for all of your hard work, Reese. You have a good rest of the day.
Likewise, thank you for all your hard work, Lyle. And
I'm trying, man.
And remember, life is not a narrative; it's a series of poems.
I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah, it keeps me going.
Take care, Reese.
Yeah, have a good rest of your night, man. Love you.
I want to join the. I guess I have to start the therapy Gecko union. I don't know how many other people there are that dress up as a gecko and talk to people on the phone, but maybe I should find however many other people that exist in the world that do it and ask for more money, goddammit. We need more money to buy more candy. Actually, I feel like I'm off of candy now. Thanks to Reese. He convinced me otherwise. I like Reese. Reese was a good guy. Reese was like he had very pure intentions with his life. Nice of him to help folks. It's hard. It's hard when you want to do a thing not for money and just because you feel compelled to it. And then you're rewarded with that with not a lot of money. But I'm glad to hear that the union has been good for Reese. He was talking about a whole bunch of stuff about capitalism and everything, and I'm stupid and I don't read any books and I don't look at the I don't look at books and stuff, so I don't know what is going on, but I hope he fixes whatever bad thing is going on in that realm. And I trust him to do so. Because I don't know what I'm talking about, so I don't think I can do it. Join the Therapy Gecko Union. Hello?
Hello.
What's up? How's it going?
Oh, it's going all right, man. How's it going? How are you doing, Dick? I just jumped on the stream a while ago and got lucky enough to get on. I called in so many times. Holy crap. I'm kind of nervous.
No, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. I don't even know what we're doing here.
Me neither.
What's up? What's up, man? How can I get you today?
So I have some odd fetishes that I can't come to accept them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what are the fetishes?
I like cucking, you know?
What is tucking?
It's like, oh god damn.
Is tucking like what Buffalo Bill does in that one movie where you take your balls and penis and you tuck it behind your thighs?
No, I'm not into that specifically, but I've never seen Buffalo Bill, so I'm not really.
Wait a minute. Are you saying tucking or cucking?
Cucking.
Oh, okay. It says, okay, the call screener wrote tucking.
Oh, yeah, that's why she said it wasn't that weird.
Oh, okay. So you're not, all right, so you're not into tucking.
I'm not into tucking, no.
And I'll say this, I think Buffalo Bill was a weird guy, but not because of that. I don't think that factored into his I think the murdering of people. He was a cannibal.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I think the murdering and eating of people made him a weird guy. But if it was just the tucking, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, okay, so you like cucking. You like being cucked.
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
sadly.
Well, what do you like about it?
Oh, I don't know, man. It's just like the sexual. I don't know. It just gets me going. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You know, I think it stems from a weird place. Certainly.
So, just for those who don't know, cucking. I'm clearing up the cucking thing. Tucking and cucking. What if you tucked and then got cucked? That would be crazy. All right.
That would be crazy and probably extra,
stupid.
You know, erotic. No.
Extra erotic.
Cool.
I agree. That could be a new thing for you. You should try that next time you're getting cucked. Okay. Cucking.
I've never done
is
it.
is when you're in a relationship with someone and you like to watch them have sex with other people, correct?
Basically, yes. That's
okay.
A lot of variations, but that's certainly the
tell me which variation you're the most into.
Honestly, a little bit of all of it. I don't know. Like I said, I can't. It's so hard to just sit here and talk about. I've never told anybody about it. And then again, it's not like I have like a. Go ahead.
Okay, so you said there's a lot of variations of it. Describe to me which scenario, like what variation of it is your dream one. Like you have a girlfriend and she, you know, brings home a guy and she's like, I'm not going to fuck you tonight. I'm going to fuck this guy. And the whole time she's like, fuck you, you suck. She's like being rude to you and then good to this guy and that's turning you on. Is that the kind of scenario that you're into?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
okay.
Fucked up.
Why is it? But okay, so stay with me.
Okay.
Why do you think it's fucked up?
I don't know. I guess it's just degrading, and it's like, I guess also, you know, I was kind of always taught that's not the way to be. You feel me? Is I don't know. Yeah. I live in the South, so it's like it's a very looked down upon thing. It's like a taboo, damn near. And then that might add to the factor too that it's like a taboo, you know. but I'm not sure.
Right, the fact that it's a taboo is making it even hotter.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe so. I think that's part of it, but the degradation part, that's definitely a big part of it too. You know?
Okay.
But then again, that's like I said, I think it stems from somewhere, and I kind of know where it comes from, but it's just like I'm not sure.
Okay,
you know,
tell me
because I've
where
never
you
talked about it.
Okay, tell me where you kind of think it comes from.
I think from how I was treated when I was young, probably.
Okay. How were you treated when you were young?
And how
if you feel like talking?
Yeah. Do what now?
I said, how were you? If you were comfortable with telling us, how were you treated when you were young that you feel like is related to this?
I just very degrading. You know what I'm saying? It's like wasn't so much physical. It was very, I guess, like emotional or kind of verbal. You know, if that makes any sense. And
so your parents were verbally degrading to you.
Yeah, and it's almost like it like brings back some feeling from when I was young. It's so weird. It's very strange when I think about it, because like I said, I've never done it, and maybe I couldn't handle it. But then again, I'm afraid it's gonna, kind of affect the way I can make relationships going forward. And I'm not making very many relationships, in general, friends are like platonic or whatever, romantic.
Do you watch like cuck porn?
Yeah, sometimes. Actually, yeah, I do. I just do.
Well, I think the shame. I mean, this is how you feel. This is it. This is the truth.
Yeah.
There's
definitely shame there.
Now. Well, you're telling me the truth right now.
100%, Gecko. I would not lie to you. I actually watched a stream the other day where like some dude did it, and he wouldn't go through with it, and you were talking about that. It's from a minute ago, but no, I wouldn't do that, Gecko. I really
no. You're hearing me wrong right now. I'm not asking you that you're telling. I'm restating the fact that you're telling the truth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, I'm not questioning you. I know you're telling the truth.
Oh, okay.
And you're ashamed of the truth.
100%.
And the question is,
yes.
Are you ashamed of the truth for a good reason?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's like it's just I can't come to accept it. I don't know if it's like it's like those weird emotions stemming from how I was kind of degraded, but I was expected to be this certain thing. Like kind of, what a man's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can I ask you something?
Yeah. What's up?
How do you feel right now, being on the phone and talking to me about
it? A bit terrified, if I'm going to be honest with you. It's just, and I'm anonymous. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know nobody knows. It's just talking to you, and you've talked about some pretty fucked up shit. It's still, it's like, it's still, I'm still trying to get over it, but it's just like saying out loud,
Does any part of you feel relieved to talk about it?
I definitely feel it's nice. It definitely is nice talking about it, just because I've been able to say it. I don't tell anybody. I have people that I'm really close to, and I just don't talk about it. Plus, it's like I hear a lot of people I'm close to kind of talking about how it's, I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I'm saying?
Were you about to say that you feel people around you talking about how it's weird, or talking about?
Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. They just talk about how it's weird, or it's like, oh, who the fuck would do that? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or they make fun of the idea, and I'm like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get where they're coming from, because I have the same emotions toward it, even though I'm into it.
Okay, I want to like challenge for a second the emotions that you have to it that you've picked up from your friends, because what really is behind those emotions? Like tell me in your words how you think your friends view this.
It's not just my friends either, but it's family. It's all that sort of thing.
Yes, there's a culture. Yes, it's used as an insult. Being a cuck, there is a cultural, societal, whatever thing about it. And what is the origin of? What is your view of that perspective? What is your explanation of that perspective?
I don't know where it comes from, but I just know that it's what I guess I've always heard coming up, you know, just growing up and stuff. That's just how people view it, you know, just very.
But no, I'm not asking you where that perspective comes from. Like, what is it? I'm not like what is your friend's perspective on being a cuck?
Oh, they think the you know, the same. It's disgusting. It's weird. It's all that shit. You know, they think that's what they think about it. You know. Hear him talk about that sort of shit sometimes. Okay, so real quick, let's go into why.
Why is it weird? Why is it disgusting?
I don't know. I guess it's you know, I don't know. I guess it's because guys are supposed to be not submissive or some shit like that. I mean, I don't really buy into that sort of shit, but obviously
because there is no real fucking reason as to why it's weird, and that perspective that your friend has is built on a faulty foundation. It's built on nothing. It's built on a societal perception of how you as a guy are supposed to be, and that perception was also built off of absolutely nothing. And the truth
very true.
is that you feel how you feel, and you're really not hurting anybody, and you're really not doing anything malicious. And all that really matters is this thing in any way negatively impacting your life? And I don't know the answer to that.
Well, I mean, I suppose it's not negatively affecting my life. Like I said, I don't really have any sort of relationship right now, so it's nothing. Like I said, I haven't tried it yet, but I mean, it's I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's a bit of I don't want to say addictive. I guess it's not just that, but it's like I don't know. I can't get away from the idea. It's just always pops up in my head at weird times and shit.
James, listen, if I can tell you this, that your friends or your family or the people around you in your community, the weirdness, it's not based off of anything real. So don't listen to it. Cut all the other people's perceptions of you and what you're into and whatnot. Just cut it out because it's not important. And all that's really important is how you feel about you and how you feel about these things. And I hope that the way you feel about things is built on a foundation of that really fucking means something. Because right now you are feeling all this shame that's based off of not living up to other people's expectations of how a man should be, of how a relationship should be. And nobody gets to decide those things. There's so much people trying to fucking dictate how other people should live, how other people should go about their lives, and it's just such a stupid fucking thing, James. And you shouldn't be feeling shame about other people's dictations of how you should be as a human being.
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate it. And I shouldn't. And I don't on most things. Just, I don't know. It's like I said, this one's just one I really, really struggle to just accept, you know.
And I'm sad to hear that nobody's told you that.
I definitely haven't heard that, and I appreciate the shit out of you. I really do. But it's just so hard. to accept. I don't know.
You ever been to a real therapist?
I'm sorry?
I said, have you ever been to a real therapist?
I have, but not about this specifically. And
did you not?
There's also.
Did you intentionally not tell them?
I mean, it's been a while. I mean, I did have these kind of things, but I just kind of didn't think about it. Kind of stuffed it down a bit. Had a lot of other issues that were kind of affecting me at that point in time, you know. So we didn't really get into that. We talked about the more upfront kind of issues, you know, like the problems I was having right then, or that were negatively affecting me worse at the time, you know. I mean, I could talk about other things too. This is just one that I figured, you know, I'd rather be anonymous to get on about.
Sure. I think next time if you do go to therapy, I think you should talk about this. Because the thing is, if it's something that stemmed from like your parents and you need to go in and like work through the traumas of the past, I think that's important. But if you could take anything away from this conversation, and again, I'm sad to hear that the town that you live in and your friends and your family are imposing their ideas of how you should be upon you. I'm sad to hear that. Mm-hmm. So if you take anything away from this conversation, I hope it's that you don't have to live by that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think I'll take that with me. I appreciate that. I really do. It makes me feel a lot better. It really does.
Okay, please do. Please do. I could say like more words now, but I'd rather you just like focus on that and think about that every day. That you don't have to live by these people in your small towns ideas of what is and is not weird and acceptable. And you're a young dude. You said you're 19. The faster you focus on abandoning those, the quicker you will live a much nicer life for yourself. So I hope you do.
I absolutely will, and I try. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I just never talked about it, and this helps so much. I appreciate you guys.
Good. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm glad that you were courageous enough to share this stuff, and I hope you are more comfortable with it in the future. Is there anything else that you want to say to the people of the computer before we go, James?
No. Other than I appreciate the shit out of you. James isn't my name actually, but thank you so much, Gecko. You have a great night, brother. I appreciate you.
Hey, you too, man.
Love you.
Take care. Fuck, man. Ah, man. I fucking... I don't know. You know what it is? Maybe this sounds douchey, but I'm going to say it because I've been thinking about it. In my little internet therapy Gecko world, and also my parents and my friends, everyone in that sphere is they're open-minded people. And I'm really grateful and lucky for that. And I think with calls like the one I just had, they key me into remembering like, oh, fuck. You know, there's folks like James who are not as lucky to have the de facto sentiment around them be as supportive. And it keys me into that. And I hope, Because I don't know, sometimes I say all the cliche hippie shit of like, well, you don't have to be so invested in other people's opinions of you and blah, blah, blah. And I think I'm so engulfed in my own sphere being very supportive that in my head I'm like, well, everyone already knows that, don't they? And then I, get a call like that where I'm like, oh, fuck, there's folks like James who in their own spheres, the de facto sentiment is not open-minded and supportive. And that fucking makes me sad. So I hope, I don't know, I really do. I hope, that he does take that shit to heart and think about it. I've been asked before. I have a friend, and he asked me, he was like, do you really care about helping people? Because I don't, that's a complicated answer to that question. And here's what I think. In that moment, over the course of that phone call, I really was engaged. I was like, I really want to help this guy. But when I get off of this, when I stop recording, I'll probably never think about him again. That's kind of where I land on that. It's like, in the moment that I'm on the phone with this guy, it's like really important to me. And then that's all I've got. And then I can't care outside of that. Because it would be inhuman. I think that's the truth. But fuck, as I'm talking about right now, I hope he took that shit, and I hope that call helped him. I really do. And you know what? In his honor, I'm gonna go home and watch some cuck porn tonight as well.
Hey.
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 Hey, what's your name?
Am I on? Hayden.
Hayden. What's going on, Hayden?
Not a whole lot. Am I on?
Hayden, it says here you wanted to talk about food.
I do. You sound wildly different on the phone than you do in your podcast.
What kind of food do you want to talk about?
I wanna talk about pizza. I have a topic about it I'm very passionate about. I want to share it with you.
You called in to my podcast to talk to me about pizza?
I did. I did.
Oh, I would love to talk about pizza.
Tried multiple times.
No, please. I would love to talk about pizza. What do you want to talk? What about pizza?
I want to talk about how triangle cut pizza is superior in every way, shape, and form compared to square cut.
Okay. I have my personal thoughts about this, but go ahead and tell me what your theory is.
My biggest thing, right? Let's say you're at a gathering with a very large group of people, and they order 6 boxes of pizza, and it's all square cut. You're one of the first people in there. You don't know how many slices to grab. It's impossible. You don't know what percentage of pizza to take. It's annoying. But if it's triangle cut, you just take 2 slices, and then you're done with it. And then go back when everyone has gotten their slices. Because there's still going to be leftovers, but you start with 2, and then you get more later.
You know, what you are touching on is the well-known ambiguity of square pizza versus the relative certainty of triangle cut pizza, because 2 slices of triangle cut pizza is the generally agreed upon serving size. However, there is no widely accepted, generally agreed upon serving size for square pizza. That's why whenever I order a square pizza, I could find myself eating the whole thing. That's actually not why. I do that because I don't care about my body. But it's true. You don't really know how many slices to take. You have to kind of do. It's like the metric system. You have to kind of find the equation of how many slices of square pizza add up to be a triangle cut slice of pizza. Do you have a number for that yourself?
Not personally, because I will typically avoid getting square cut pizza whenever I can. The other big thing about it is a common argument I get that, oh, it's nice and easy to eat. But no, it's not. There are some, like if you're getting maybe Marion's pizza, the little tiny squares, those are all right, but most of them are not bite-sized. And I also find what you were saying earlier about it feels like you're eating less, so you just eat the whole pizza kind of.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say as like a pro, but I don't know why that. When that thought first came to my mind, it appeared to me as a positive as to why I prefer square pizza. But now I think it is actually a negative. I think it's good to know how much you are consuming. So I'm on your side.
I've been very vocal about this with all my friends about arguing about it, and it has definitely come back to bite me because in every social gathering that I'm a part of where pizza is involved, I'm a plain cheese guy. Love just the classic, like just cheese, nothing else.
Okay, hold on. When you say you bring this up into every conversation and it is affected you negatively, do you think it has anything to do with your stance on pizza, or do you think it's because you don't talk about anything else?
No, I talk about other things. But if we ever get into the food debate, I just have like a list of several hot takes on different types of food, and this is the one that gets people the most riled up. But every time I'm in a situation where there's pizza and a group of my friends, they will exclusively get my cheese pizza square cut, and everything else is triangle cut. But they do it to spite me, and I think it's funny. But
what do you think about what's going on with Israel and Palestine?
Oh, what do I? Man, I'm not too sure.
There is somebody freaking out in the background. Is everything okay with this person?
Yes, that is my fiance. Man, you are not going to believe this. I'm sitting with her in labor and delivery. She's not giving birth, but we are just hanging out right now.
Hold on. Your wife is writhing in pain with contractions in the background while you are on the phone with a gecko debating about whether or not square cut pizza is better than triangle pizza?
No. So
what are you doing?
Delivery, but she's not giving birth right now. We got a couple weeks until that happens. We're here for just a normal checkup. She's talking to me about food from McDonald's, which is what we're gonna do once we leave.
So I'm like your break from having to deal with your pregnant wife.
It's not really a break. No, she's wonderful.
Let me talk to her real quick.
You want to talk to her?
Yeah, of course.
She's flipping me off. I'm be honest. I don't think she wants to talk. She's not.
No, she's not mad at me. She's mad at you.
Oh yeah. I feel like I'll die if I give her this phone. I'll be honest.
No, trust me. You should give her the phone.
I should give her the phone.
You should give her the phone.
She's giving me that look like I will die if I give her the phone.
No. This is gonna go very well for everyone involved.
Do you want to talk to the therapy gecko? She said no. I honestly, when I called in, I haven't been watching the stream. I just called like a couple minutes before you went live so I could get in the queue. And I was like, I swear if this is the time that he picks up my call, I don't know if I'll be able to take it. But no, this is fine.
Hayden?
Yeah?
Go be with your wife.
I am with my wife.
Okay. All right, I'll talk to you later, Hayden.
All right, see ya. All right, bye.
Love a guy who has his priorities in line.